What's up guys, we've got another flooring video for you. Today we are going to take this bathroom that you might have seen one of our shower videos on. We replaced the shower, tore it out, put a new one in. We are going to do the floor today. So we're going to tear up the old floor. We're going to show you guys step by step what we do to put our new floor down. We have another flooring video that shows us putting laminate flooring down. We're putting down laminate planks. They are vinyl. We pick them up at Lowe's. They're very cool. So we're going to show you how to lay those today. And leave us some comments if you have any questions. So here we go. Alright guys, now we have already taken everything out of the bathroom. So to give you a little tour of what we're going to be doing. Around here we're just going to actually cut with an X-Acto knife around the base of the cabinet. We are going to pick up the toilets, and as you can see I already removed all the trim. So over here as well, we don't really have much to do other than rip all this up. When we're done, we're going to make sure that, because this is all down here, this is all attached by glue, so we'll make sure that there's no glue sticking up. We'll run through that to make sure everything is fine and flat. And actually, as you can kind of see, we still have not finished the trim around the new tub. We may not include that in this video, but one of our follow-up videos will show you how we're going to finish that trim, because we're going to do that here very shortly too. Hello. Hello. Alright, so guys, we're going to start off with the toilet. So I'm going to set the camera up. We're going to show you how we pull this toilet seat off. We are going to end up turning the water off at the toilet and unplugging it and just moving the toilet to another room for now. And we'll show you how we do that now. Alright guys, now since we have got the toilet up, we're going to start to rip this floor out. So I'm going to change angles so you guys can see what I'm doing, but we're going to start to rip all of this out now. Alright guys, we are done taking the old floor off. Now, you can kind of see some of the staining on the subfloor. The subfloor is still in really good shape on all the parts. It's not, I want to say it's just stained. It's not bubbling, it's not bowing. It's still flat. So we're not going to replace it. I'm going to say it's still fine. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use an old roofing or an old nail remover from the roof to try and just pull up any of the excess glue left over from the old floor. So here we go. Alright guys, we are ready to put this on. We have stripped our floor, we've picked up the toilet, we've took off the trim, we are ready to install. Now, what we have is the Stainmaster Luxury Vinyl Plank Floors. This is the washed oak dove. We picked this up at Lowe's today. It was less than, I think, $2 a square foot, so we picked up 4 boxes. Our room is, I think it's 72 square feet, so we allotted for a little bit of overage, and we had to get 4 boxes anyway. So, but what we're going to do is we are going to now lay this down. We picked up vinyl floor, so there's some adhesive on it, and I did my best to strip all of the adhesive off. So we're going to lie this right on top, and our bathroom is like a L shape, so it goes in this way, goes that way. We thought with the tub over here that the planks would look best going parallel up to it. So without further ado, here we go. Alright guys, so here's our first box. We're going to start in this corner. Now, before I get started, I kind of want to show you guys the tools that we're going to be using through this. It's not many. It is this Sharpie, this X-Acto knife, and this plank. Now I'm going to show you how all these are going to work here in a minute. So let's unbox this and start laying out some planks. Here we go. Huh? Oh, I was already a dork. I was born a dork.
Hi.
Alright, so we got a couple planks out, guys. Now, as you can see here, let's zoom in on this. Alright. Now these planks have a couple different lips. So we have the lip in the front. As you can see here, we're going to put this lip facing us because we're going to take the top edges from all the other pieces and we're going to slide them in there. So let's put a couple of these in. Alright, now over here we have our first fun cuts. Alright, now as opposed to your other laminate wood floors, what I'm going to do is everything, that's why I said the razor blade is so easy to use. So we're going to take, what I've done is I've taken the edge of the door here where our other floor starts, and I'm going to draw a line. Use this to make it even. Okay, so we're going to cut this piece here, and then we're going to fit it in. I'll show you here how simple this is to cut. Alright, you see my line right here. We're just going to score that a couple times, so this will eventually bend and pop right off. And this piece is going to be the start of our next row. So I'll move this down here. And now we have this creative piece here. So I'm going to mark right here where the doorway starts. I'm going to take this, slide it in here. I'm going to make this note for where the doorway starts. So now I have my little intersection. Alright, so we take this piece, line, Okay, and we're gonna wedge this right in. So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to use my straight edge. That way I keep this cut straight. Start at the corner. And just like I did before, I'm gonna score it a few times and it will eventually just bend out and crack. But I'm gonna take this side too and I'm gonna score that as well. Okay, so now these will just pop out. These will just pop out. Okay, hear that crack in there? All right, now let's make sure this fits. Perfect. We have got a super nice snug fit, and nobody is going to complain about that. Are you going to complain about this? Yes, okay. Alright, so our next row starts. Now remember, I had that smaller piece that I'm going to use to start my next row. So I'll set that there. This piece is going to slide right in. Now let me make sure I've shown you guys how these pieces lock together. If you've done laminate floors before of the Pergo Swift lock type, they don't quite fit the same. There's an edge underneath that they don't necessarily lock into place, they kind of snap into place. So what I've done on other floors when we do this is I just kind of take the edge, slide it in until you can feel it's nice and snug, and then if you pound that down, you're going to hear it snap into place, and it's going to make that that watertight seal that they advertise. So now here's where we get creative with our marker. So as you can see here, we've met another door. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to show you that yet. So here, this will be another easy cut. Take this, slide it into place. Okay. Alright, we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll So I made my line. Okay. And now what we're going to do is cut this. Alright, 3 times, we scored it through, and here my cut wasn't too great, but it's gonna fit. Okay. And actually I don't like the way that fits, so I'm gonna just score it a little more over here. Just take that edge off. Yeah. You know, guys, this is one thing you gotta watch out for when you're cutting. I missed my cut. You can kind of see I put a little scratch right there on it. So what I'm gonna do with this piece, I'm gonna save it for later. We're gonna grab another piece. Alright guys, so we're gonna try this out. So I'm gonna take this piece. We're gonna slide it in again. Mark this one again. Okay. Alright, now we're good. Now with such a long area, it is kind of hard to get this all to go in together. So you're kind of going to see me do some long stretches to make this work. So I'll show you guys here how we do it. Alright, now on these you can hear it snap down, snap into place, so that's good. Alright, so I'm going to set this up and we're going to do some more. Alright guys, so we are done with the first 3 rows, so I thought this would be a nice minute to kind of show you how we have all of these sitting now. Now the lines, they look really good. The joints are coming together very nice. And it's flattening out really nice as well too. So sometimes with these floors, you'll have the joints that are kind of hard to put together, but they seem pretty flexible and really good. So if you noticed in the video, when you're trying to bring these 2 joints together, sometimes it just helps to wiggle it a little bit, like just kind of shake it to put it back into place and tap it down. But it's going together really nice, really nice. So I'm going to set the camera back up, and probably won't talk to you guys till the end, but we're going to zoom right through. So here we go. Alright guys, so right here we're going to have to be creative. So we've met a not so fun edge. So I'm going to need to kind of prepare, plan, and cut for this awkward positioning. So what I'm going to do here is I've already set this piece in place right here. So we know where that's at. So on this piece, I'm going to mark right here, slightly inside here, because we're going to have trim in here. So I'm going to mark this area, and I'm going to mark this area right here. And this is going to be our cut area. So in order to gauge how deep we're going to be, I'm going to temporarily attach this piece here. Okay. Next up, we're going to temporarily attach this piece here. And I'm going to take one of our scraps. I'm going to line this up here so we know where we should be cutting to. So I'm going to mark our depth. So as you can see, on this piece, we're cutting to right there. We're going to cut here to there, and that's how we're going to fit it inside of here.
Well, you'll waste the spot. You'll make it like...
Oh, no, you'll see. You'll see I'm going to make it fit right in. We don't waste. Okay, hold on. I got to put this cap on, though. Okay. Actually, it's right here.
You still have to
Piece didn't go
attach.
down. Okay, yeah, that's good.
You still have to attach one over there, right?
Right. So we're going to take... So I just made these.
This piece.
This
piece.
That's just scraps.
Okay,
So
can I have it?
Can you have scraps? If you want, go for it. Okay. So I'm gonna take, because this is a level edge here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna mark all the way to here. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. So we know this is gonna be where we're gonna cut to.
How do you attach?
Okay. Alright, so this is how we're gonna cut. We're gonna take, and this is gonna be tricky, so like I screwed up earlier and I messed up a piece, this is a very big piece to mess up. So I'm gonna move this over to our unfinished area, and I'm going to cut over that.
How do you attach?
You don't. Those you can't attach.
Why?
Because they have to have the cut pieces. I can't reuse because they don't have the right edges to attach to. All right, so take there. Here, I'll show you how we attach here in a minute, buddy. I'll show you.
Olivia, are you using that piece?
No. Nope.
Right here.
Right
here. While I'm stepping on.
No, I am not using that.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
If you need it, I'll give it. Can you attach it? Oh no, you cannot.
Okay.
Attach. Attach. This one's way harder.
Alright, so now I cut those two, and this is going to be the tricky cut. You got to take your time and make sure not cut too far. Just take your time. Okay. These, I cut it enough so it'll come out. You gotta be careful with these pieces too, because they're so close to the edge, they can end up just tearing there. So I'm gonna cut it deeper now.
Can I have?
Yes, you can have any extras.
But some you will you have extra big pieces?
I might have extra big pieces. We'll have to wait and see.
These are kind of like fun to build.
They're like what?
To me, they're kind of fun to build.
Yeah. Fun to me too, bud. Oh, I know. Alright, dudes, this is coming finally. It's right here, which I had to be very close with. It's where it's catching. I didn't want... Just gotta keep a steady hand. Oh, you don't slit your... cut your hand or anything. So we're almost there. Just keep working it.
How do you make it stick? Like for sure.
Alright, here we go. Now we're working it out. But again, it's just not quite scored enough here. Alright guys, so we ran into a little snafu last night. One, I didn't realize that my batteries had died on the camera, and we kind of ran out of time. So here we are starting the next day. We're going to finish this up. I did end up fitting the piece in there perfectly. We had to make one other little cut, but it fit in there very snug like. So with the molding, I mean that's going to cover that up, so you won't see any of that. The lines on this, with the exception of the tub, are all turning out very well. I bought a piece of quarter round. That was a crash. I bought a piece of quarter round to put through here to cover up that gap. I'm going to fill it up with some sealant as well, so the water doesn't get behind here. But for the most part, this turned out very well. So I'm going to set up the camera. We've got the rest of this haul to do. Now, on here, these pieces are actually smaller than the pieces are. I'm sorry, the pieces are larger than the wall itself. So we'll end up cutting a lot of them. What we're going to do to reduce the scrap that we have is we're actually going to kind of stagger the cuts. So I'm going to get those cuts here in a minute and show you how we're going to do that. Alright, now for our first cut, we're going to take, we've got a minor obstacle here with the vent. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to apply the same trick as we did before. So I've set this in here so I can identify where this edge cut starts. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set this piece up as close to the wall as possible, and then I'm going to mark here for my cut. And we'll take our straight edge like we've done last time. Our to the top. So we get a nice straight line. Go up, do the same thing here. Alright, here we've got our cutting area. So I'm going to do the same thing here so we don't cut too much of this. Take our corner, score, take our corner, score, keep scoring. Okay. Let's do the top. I mark mine so we try and make the marker disappear. Either way, the vent is going to cover this, so you're not going to see the marker anyways. Alright. So this is going to bend and snap. So you hear that snap there. And again, bend and snap. Fits perfectly. Okay. All right, now now we gotta find a new piece. So from here, I'm actually gonna measure this one. So from here to the wall, because we don't have a lot of space in here at all. So, all right, so we've got, we're gonna say a 5 7/8 piece is what we need to start with. Alright, from here I'm going to measure to make sure that this is the right side. So this is going to fit, this end is going to fit into that side. We're lining up the proper edges. So we said 5 7/8. Let's find our marker. Measure twice, cut once. Wow, yeah, okay. Alright. So we're going to rub that up. Alright. 5 7/8. 5 7/8. Yeah, that didn't quite look right. Perfect. That snaps right off. Alright. Alright. This row is done. Alright guys, now for these next few rows, I'm just going to time lapse through so you can see how the rest of this goes. Alright guys, now over here, if you remember from the start of the video, I had a little hack up that I did and scratched up this whole piece. Well, this piece is going to come in handy because I'm actually going to cut this whole line down here because we have an edge by the toilet seats that is not going to require a full piece. Okay, so we're going to fit this piece that I hacked up. It's going to fit in right in here, and I've already measured out. I've already drew my lines here of where I need to cut. So I'm going to cut these two pieces and set this up. Perfect, and it fits. I will say one warning about this is it seems like from the box there's a kind of really significant difference in the tone on some of this. So when we started over here, it was kind of darker, and then as we got into the box it got lighter, and we had to strategically place our pieces to kind of match up with it. It's just kind of a little warning. You might have some pieces that don't quite look what you're look like what you're gonna think they're gonna look like. But I think it might just be the design too. So we're gonna keep setting this up and see how it all looks. Alright guys, now here's one trick I've wanted to show you, but because of the layout of our room, it haven't really had a chance. So here we have two pieces. We've got one. I'm going to set this up one full row, but it's not quite enough to go the full length. So I haven't set it in place. I'm not going to measure. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this bottom piece kind of in place where I want it to go. And then I'm going to lay this piece right over top of it. And I'm going to push it all the way to the wall. So now, you know, one of my favorite tools, one of the only tools we're using in this, is we're going to take our marker. We're going to mark the piece underneath. Now remember, this is the one underneath is a full piece. It has not been cut yet. It hasn't been used from another row. So what I'm going to do is I marked that. So the bottom piece is then going to turn into our end piece. So since I drew my line here. And this is a scrap piece, that's why I'm using that. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna set this right in here, like we've done so many times before. Okay. And take a look at that. We have got a perfect fit. Alright, on to more. It's finally come time that the toilet is going to cause some fun, so. Alright, let's set this up here and get this started. I'm going to remove the old wax ring first, I forgot to do that. Alright guys, now I'm on the last piece. This is it. This is it, then we're done with the flooring. So, as you can kind of see, what I did is I measured out the size that this piece is going to be. And what I did over here is I kind of took and I used my marker and I lined out based on here and there kind of what I needed to cut. So I did the same for the other side. See here, we're done. So I'm going to bend this out. You hear a pop. Just make sure you're cutting it deep enough so you can actually crack the pieces. But here we got this all on and in, and we should be able to set this up. Now we're going to have one more cut to do, but we should be good. Alright, so here we go. Last piece. It's a little snug on.
Was it a long time?
So it's a little snug on this side. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to just cut it a little bit more. I cut a little short, a little shallow. That's one thing that I really like about these planks is they're so easy to cut. You have to run back and forth to your tool bench, your toolbox, wherever you keep your tools. You just use your blade you got. Just trim until it fits. And just be very careful with the razor blade that you don't cut yourself. We're still really close on the side. Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Alright, let's try this again. Man, we're still just a little. Still a little bit off. So what's happening is the edges, the corners are catching the inside of the drywall, so I can't actually fit the pieces into place. So hopefully this will make it work. Well, this will make it work. Just a matter of when we get it right. There we go.
Did that take a long time?
Did it?
Yeah.
Took a little bit.
A day? A half a day and two?
Yeah.
Quarter a day and two.
Yeah.
Quarter a day and one.
Alright, so do you look like a ninja? No, are you going to look like a ninja?
No, I just feel like all black, I look like a ninja.
No, you're good. Alright. So we have this fit perfectly, but I'm going to take it out so I can make this match. So we're going to cut to here. So what I'll do is I'll measure this out. And we're going to do 3 3/4. Okay, 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Alright, now one hard part about this now is we are very limited on space. We had the raw floor before to use. Now we don't have that luxury, so I'm going to have to take this somewhere where I can cut this without worrying about what I'm cutting it on. So we'll be right back in a moment. Alright dude, so I got this cut. This should fit perfectly now. So we're going to put this in here. Awesome. Okay, stay back. Okay, perfect. flooring aspect of this is done. Alright guys, we are done. I'll take you a quick walk through of the finished floor.
You get back, Dad?
Yeah, dude, we finished it. And Mommy's already making a mess of it. Alright, so here's the floor. Now, we kind of noticed this when we were putting together the boxes, but you can see a distinct difference between this area and this area, and then back to this area. It's kind of discouraging because the tone isn't quite the same all the way through, but I think that's kind of just the finish. So
yeah, I see.
Yeah, so it looks really good. So we're gonna move on with more of this renovation here in a moment and put some finishing trims on. Alright guys, and this completes our review of the Stainmaster floor. Now, overall, like I said, very happy with it, very pleased. But there's no buzz. It looks very nice. It's a little, the coloring is a little different, but we like it. It's very nice. So if you want to see more of our renovation videos, stay tuned. I've got a few more that we're going to end up doing with the trim here, and how we finished up some of these lines that are complete, like around the bathtub. So stay tuned for more, and thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.